Hello everyone, I'm Muratrika Bhaumik and I welcome you all to another episode of Courts Today on LiveLaw, where we update you about all the important legal developments that took place across the country today. We will begin with developments from the Supreme Court of India and then move on to High Courts and other subordinate courts. If you like our content, then it would mean a lot to us if you could please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's begin. In a significant development, the Supreme Court of India today granted interim relief to Congress spokesperson Pawan Khera, who was arrested by Assam police from Delhi airport today over his comments made against Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The Supreme Court also ordered that Khera should be released on interim bail on production before the jurisdictional magistrate at Delhi until the next date of hearing, that is next Tuesday on February 28th. It also recorded in the order today the undertaking given by Khera's lawyer, senior advocate Abhishek Manu Singhvi, that he will tender an unconditional apology for the statement. We have made a detailed video on this development, the link to which has been given in the description box below. Please do check it out. In a setback to O. Paneerselvam in the cases related to the AIDMK leadership row, the Supreme Court of India today affirmed the order of the Madras High Court Division Bench, which had allowed Palaniswamy to continue as the interim General Secretary of the party. The Supreme Court has also made absolute its interim order passed on July 6th last year, staying the Madras High Court order, which had restrained the AIDMK General Council from passing any further resolutions. A division bench of Justices Dinesh Maheshwari and Rishikesh Roy had reserved judgment in this matter on January 12th. Today, Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud announced that all Supreme Court judgments will be having neutral citations. Announcing it as a new initiative, CJI D.Y. Chandrachud said, and I quote here, "Our recent initiative is neutral citations for all judgments of the Supreme Court. So all 30,000 judgments are going to have neutral citation. First tranche will be till January 1st, 2023. Then the next tranche will be till judgments from 2014. And then finally we'll have it back to 1950. So all judgments will now have neutral citations." The CJI also expressed his aspiration that high courts also follow neutral citations for their judgments. At present, high courts of Delhi, Kerala, and Madras have introduced neutral citations for their respective judgments. The Supreme Court has observed that pay commissions may be justified in recommending different pay scales for seemingly similar posts, and if the state accepts such differentiation based on a reasonable classification, then the courts will not interfere. The doctrine of equal pay for equal work will not strictly apply in such cases. A bench comprising Justices Ajay Rastogi and Bela M. Trivedi made the observation while setting aside orders of the Central Administrative Tribunal and the Delhi High Court granting parity of pay scale of junior design officers in the Navy with that of civilian technical officers. The Supreme Court has directed the centre, states and union territories to show the status of compliance with respect to its December 2020 order to install CCTV cameras in all police stations and offices of investigative agencies such as the Central Bureau of Investigation, the Directorate of Enforcement and the National Investigating Agency that conducts investigations and have the power of arrest. More than 2 years ago, a bench headed by Justice R.F. Nariman had directed for installation of CCTV cameras to curb instances of custodial torture. In the PIL regarding iron ore mining in certain districts of Karnataka, the Supreme Court has passed an interim order allowing central government undertaking National Mineral Development Corporation, that is the NMDC, to reclaim half of the contribution made to the Karnataka Mining Environment Restoration Corporation from 2019. The Supreme Court has agreed to consider whether the State Human Rights Commission has the power to examine a case of criminal medical negligence when a contrary view was taken by the National Human Rights Commission. A bench comprising Justice Rishikesh Roy and Justice Sanjay Karol posted the matter after 4 weeks for hearing and asked the parties to complete their pleadings in the interim. The Constitution Bench of the Supreme Court of India, while hearing the petitions concerning the Maharashtra political crisis, expressed its concern over the court entering into the functioning of the Speaker. In yesterday's proceedings, senior advocate Kapil Sibal, representing the Uddhav Thackeray faction in the matter, argued that members of the Legislative Assembly could not act independently of their political party. The bench, comprising CJI D.Y. Chandrachud and Justices M.R. Shah, Krishna Murari, Hima Kohli and P.S. Narasimha, are currently hearing this particular matter. The Supreme Court recently remitted back a matter to the Telangana High Court to consider whether private theatre owners who availed an exemption to pay entertainment tax in the state have granted the benefit to the moviegoers or not. The bench of Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud and Justices P.S. Narasimha and J.B. Pardiwala was considering a challenge against a judgment of the High Court passed back in 2019. The Supreme Court of India has issued a notice in a criminal SLP filed challenging the Allahabad High Court orders from last year granting bail to 5 accused persons in connection with the Unnao gang rape victims' murder case. The bench of Justices Abhay S. Oka and Rajesh Brindal passed this order on the petition moved by the complainant in this case. It may be recalled that in May last year, the Allahabad High Court had granted bail to 3 of the 5 accused persons arrested for allegedly setting fire to a rape victim in Unnao in the year 2019. The Delhi High Court has said that law interns can enter court complexes in the national capital by wearing a white shirt, black tie and black pants as prescribed by the Bar Council of Delhi. Justice Pratibha M. Singh also said that the advocates appearing before any court, from city civil courts to the Supreme Court of India, would have to wear white bands along with the uniform prescribed for them by the Bar Council. The court was hearing a petition moved by one Hardik Kapoor, a second-year law student, challenging the circular issued by the Shadara Bar Association, resolving that interns practicing in the Karkaduma court ought to wear white shirt and blue coat and trousers. Thank you. Keep watching Courts Today on LiveLaw for more such updates. See you tomorrow.